February 8th, Hazakura Temple, Main Hall. I can see a note straight away. Hey, hello there, General. So, how are you feeling? Alright, I suppose. Huh? Who is this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My. A handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you. Just thought maybe I should actually go back to the previous places, because it's like, yeah, we're Edgeworth, so he hasn't investigated these places yet, has he? Like, examined everything. So I should go do that. But I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you have found her. Now what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Mr. Edgeworth. This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the, witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps getting cut. My stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know. It's very much that case of, like, Bikini here is the one I'm starting to suspect. Just that idea of, like, well, if Iris doesn't have any sort of, like, mystical power, but you do, then Dahlia would easily take control. Well, not easily take control, but you would be able to commune with Dahlia, where Iris would not. But again, it's the circumstances and the fact that she looks like her, and there's so many options here. But right, let's examine places. Clearly that first. There are more ends of cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack? Beats me. Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like an old manila envelope. What is it, Detective? This could be it. An ultra-important clue, a super special clue. I suppose I should read it myself, then. It looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Unless you want your secret to be exposed. See, there's like, I'm just thinking, like, the idea of secret. Does she have some kind of secret identity? Is Iris the fake? Is she actually Dahlia and she's just changed her hair color? All those ideas again, because that has been a theme throughout this game. Like, the first case, I suppose this is the thing. If it is a twin situation, the first case may be a case of two people being one person or one person being two people sort of thing. Because then Dahlia could have actually been Iris and Dahlia. So that could work there. Because I can't think of any other instances in the first case where someone was trying to portray themselves as someone else or something like that. No pseudonyms, essentially. And then, what was the next case? Look at me. Definitely a lot of, like, different personifications of oneself and stuff like that. Luke Atme was trying to portray himself as someone else, Master Mask, in order to get away with murder. And then you also have Ron himself being Master Mask as well, which is different from who he is himself. There's a lot of, like, two identities for the same person. Then the next case was, the Pheonix. Simple as that. You had Tigray pretending to be Phoenix Wright and Glenn Elg, didn't you? And you also had which is probably mistranslated here and there, the whole Armstrong situation as well. Again, you have to go back to that and read that comment to understand that point. And then in the previous case, you had Dahlia trying to pretend to be her sister. So there was that going on as well. And I suppose you got Gadot as well, presenting himself as Gadot rather than Armando. And it's like, that is a theme throughout this game right now. So it's like, how is it coming into play here? And I assume it's more than just Elise and Larry. So we've got to keep an eye out for that, because like it could be it's gonna be everywhere, and Bikini could be one of them. Is what I was getting at. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Note to Iris added to the court record, because the note to Iris could have been from Bikini, but it could have been Bikini as Dahlia. There's loads of possibilities with this, and I like it. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor. A super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. What's he going to say about... This is why I want to go back and investigate the places that like before, it's very much that case of like, if I was with Pheonix, like, nah, there'll probably be a difference here and there, and I should investigate that. But it is a case of, well, we're Edgeworth, so... That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. This is the Lesser Magatama. That's the Lesser Magatama? It's a precious heirloom containing a great many souls. Huh? This is Lesser? Where's the greater one like? The greater Magatama is displayed in the main room of Fey Manor. It was supposed to be shown at the Treasures of Crane exhibit. But it was so large that they couldn't bring it through the doors. It's an altar with a giant Magatama enshrined on it. There are lots of candles lined up on it too. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for myself in a while. Maybe you should blow out those candles over there to make up for that. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind singing happy birthday to me? Stop that, cut that out. Please don't blow out the altar candles. Oh, it's a warmed cat box. No. But where are all the cats? It's called a hibachi. It's for heating the room. Oh, look at all these ancient straw frisbees. Those are a type of zabuton cushions called Enza. Are you giving me such a hard time, Mr. Edgeworth? Why? Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, Detective. Okay. There's flowing script written everywhere on the walls. Man, I'd bet you'd have awful nightmares if you tried to sleep in here. This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magical spells and charms. They're all designed to prevent evil forces from entering. So if I slept here, the Oogie Woogie Boogie man wouldn't hunt me down for eternity? Alright. Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping? No. No, he does not. Okay, right. So, let's have a little talk here with Bikini. The night of the crime. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The Chilean Jojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wow, you're right. It does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. You dodged the question. I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. Oh, you get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Why return? What you saw. Alright then. I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. It must have been past 11. No, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie. Oh, bloody hell. I saw 2 people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword. Did you see this criminal? With your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing. But it was Iris. Was it, though? You must have been quite shocked. Like, it's that sort of thing like, Two thoughts are in my head right now. It's like, was it Iris or was it actually Dahlia? Or are you making it up? That's the two thoughts I've got going on there. Like, there's sort of like two competing theories at the moment, and again, that's all credit to the writing, because it's like, it's all because the Dahlia situation has made me suspicious of everything and everyone. Of course she was shocked. Try putting yourself in her shoes. Be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom, and I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. When I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed, and then I passed out. Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. I wonder what she means by that. I return. As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back. A bad lower back? Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. It's pronounced bouquet. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple all alone? Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I'd better try to get some more details. The acolyte. So who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple? Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course. Special course? It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you? No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself. Oh, that's good to hear. Oh, dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh, I don't think I like the sound of this. Do you know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister? Pearls. Maya has a little sister. Oh, you mean Little Pearl? That's Maya Fey's cousin. Little Pearl? I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished with dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back. A little girl was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone. Hey, where the hell is Pearls? As they say, the plot thickens. Like, straight away I'm like, Pearl! Oh, this poor girl. Where could she have gone? Well, we checked out her home and she's not there. And she's nowhere in the vicinity of the temple either. Which means there's only a few other possibilities as to where she could be. Do you think maybe she fell off the bridge and was carried downstream? Why do you have to be such a pessimist, detective? I was just trying to think like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ironic, I became a pessimist only after I had the pleasure of working with you. Jeez, it's so funny hearing his inner thoughts. She's a very important visitor, you know. An honored acolyte. Honored? How so? The Fey name is synonymous with the Korean channeling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed. Now that you mention it, 1 year ago, there was a case that was about the master of Korean channeling technique. Detective. I detest talk of supernatural drivel. I suppose now you'll say she has midi-chlorians. Oh, remember when that was the only thing we had to worry about with the Star Wars franchise? Holdo maneuver. Holder maneuver. So it gives you the creeps, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? That's got nothing to do with it. Holder maneuver. Ruined it. Ruined it. It's all my fault. Me and my stupid back. Mr. Gillies has been murdered, an important acolyte is trapped, and a little girl has been lost. You know, you really shouldn't be so negative. It creates bad karma. Quite right. I need to do some more training myself, I think. She hasn't met Gadot from my understanding. About this here. Let me see. As you may know, in order to see reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our attachments to much of the transient material realm. I guess you could call me an immaterial girl. I guess she lives in an immaterial world, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? What a reference. You said you were with Maya. You went with Maya to the training hall in the Inner Temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there? Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 bell for lights out. So you're saying Iris came to the Inner Temple then? But I thought she said she didn't go. Of course she did. Iris has always been a good, obedient girl. So which is it? That I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training. That doesn't fit with Iris's story at all. Thank you. I like it when they're on the same wavelength. She said that she never went to the Inner Temple. As they say, the plot thickens. Oh, how could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault. Oh, come on, lady. I don't think you need to quiet. What do you know anyway? Ouch, scary. That stupid 5 o'clock shadow in that stupid old coat of yours. It's too bad that you weren't the one that disappeared. Ouch. Why does she have to take it all out on me? Her anger does seem a little manufactured. This is Mr. Gillies' apprentice, is it not? I think he might have a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy, any rate. Huh? Oh, I don't blame him. Sister Bikini understands the temptations of young men. Sure. But I'm afraid it wouldn't be proper to abuse my position. I am head nun, after all. But in return, I did allow him to draw a portrait of me. Pray it was a pose that maintained your modesty. For everyone's sake. Indeed. About this here. Let me see. Well, as you may know, in order to see reality for... Oh, but you're gonna mock him somehow. Okay, Phoenix Wright. This man, his face betrays a life of suffering and great weariness of the world. Sure. But even so... Can't believe this guy actually jumped into the river. Think of all the fun things he might have enjoyed if he had just lived. Relentless spiritual training alone is no way to lead a complete life, huh? Sounds like she's got some major regrets when she's dealing with, yeah. Perhaps I should let Gumshoe explain Wright's situation to her for me. Hey, don't look at me like that. Do your own dirty work. Sir. Alright, so what we got in terms of... May as well. That's one of the Fae Clan's very own Magatamas. That's a priceless treasure you've got there. Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never fail to surprise me. Yes, you don't look it. But now I can see you are a real fan of the occult. Excuse me? Oh, of course, this piece couldn't possibly be real, but to have such a nice replica. Clearly, you are a big fan of the Korean tradition. Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never fail to surprise me. I should have known better than to show this thing around. Right, so... Ah, well. Look what you found. That's the master of the Korean channeling technique. Misty Faye. Faye? It's been nearly 20 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Apparently, she intended passing on the master title to her daughter. Who is this daughter? Oh, I think you're quite well acquainted, Edgeworth. Well, I myself am part of a branch family of the Fae clan. But even I am not privy to information concerning the main family. Oh, well, that's a demon warding hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection. Oh, I see. What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection just by holding it, you know. Put it on already. No, I can't. I was just... It's like it was made just for you, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean by that, detective? Looks absolutely marvelous. You've just got to keep it on for a while. Is this some sort of divine punishment? Probably. It's temple. Oh, well. Alright, that's good. Yeah. Material girl, material world. About this picture. Oh, look at that. I look pretty S to the Xy, don't you think? Yeah, absolutely. Up until recently, we've avoided exposure in such magazines. But this time we had our reasons. Is that so? For example, well, why deny the world the sight of such a lovely face? Oh, how could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault. Oh, come on, lady. I don't think you need to take all the blame yourself. Quiet. What do you know anyway? Ouch, this is scary. With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and the stupid old coat. Oh, it's basically the same as when we presented her, isn't it? Okay. And now the note. Do you know anything about this old crumpled up letter? Is that addressed to Iris? Yep, it clearly says to Iris on it. I can't believe it. That girl doesn't have any secrets from me. Yeah, so Sister Bikini didn't know anything about it. Alright, well let's go do what I wanted to do, which was sort of go investigate places that I've skipped past because the Edgeworth situation. February 8th. Hazakura Temple, main gate. I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut tight with a number of psycho locks. Guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. Alright then. That must be the main hall back there. A brilliant deduction, sir. Are you trying to flatter me, Detective Gumshoe? A brilliant use of suspense to build the tension, sir. According to Wright, the head nun has some important information. I can't miss the opportunity to speak with her. We just did. Suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. Say, this just gave me a great idea. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. I've got an idea for a brand new invention. It might even make me rich. An invention? Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I'll call it a snow car. So what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. Oh dear. I can see a small bell tower from here. Hey, that just reminded me. It's something I've always wondered about. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. Call a person who tells a lie a liar, right? So why don't we call a person who rings a bell a beller? Or truer for a guy who tells the truth? Oh man, I'm not going to get any sleep tonight. I had no idea he was such a deep thinker. This gate looks quite old. strong enough to resist the weight of time. That's the Edgeworth I know. You've got a real flair for words, sir. I've always appreciated this kind of old, timeless elegance. It's exactly how I feel, too. Take this coat, for example. Like a fine wine, it gets better with age. Even fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to stink at some point. I suggest you wash that atrocious rag you call a coat, detective. Again, there aren't any clues here. Still don't expect the door to be something. Yeah, let's go check stuff here. Is there anything new here? No. Okay, right, let's examine Heavenly Hall. There's a little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall. A shack? It's like a run-down doghouse for losers that can't bear the freezing drafts of wind. Kinda reminds me of my apartment, sir. The name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace. Giving a hovel a great name is a crime itself. I'd call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Compton Castles. It's not such a great name, if you ask me. Well, it's not such a great apartment either, sir. Oh dear. So this is the bridge Wright tried to cross. Pretty reckless, if you ask me. I'm amazed he survived the fall from up here. Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he manages to win his cases in court. Blind luck. I think dumb luck suits Wright just a bit better. It looks like a pretty good distance to that far cliff. Yeah, it's gotta be around 100 yards or so. Detective, that's not even close to 100 yards. Well, I gotta admit, I'm not very good at judging distances. Noticed. It's about 20 yards or so. Impossible to cross without a bridge, it seems. Hey, it's a public phone. You don't see a lot of these anymore. That's true. Since we've got one here, why don't we take a photo as a memento? Well, sure, why not? Oh, darn it, I don't have a camera with me. I'm gonna go buy a disposable camera. I'll be right back, sir! What's so special about public phones, and why is he so fascinated by them? The birds stop. When the birds stop, I always get suspicious. Some letters are wildly engraved into a roughly cut boulder. Dusky Bridge, it certainly is an appropriate name. You need to get some glasses, Mr. Edgeworth. That sign says Dusty Bridge. I can see how you read it wrong, though, sir. You're the one who needs glasses, detective. Try reading it one more time. Ah, you're right. It's Dusky Bridge after all. I guess whoever wrote this made a mistake. No. Let's try presenting some of the new stuff. Well, the new stuff is the note to Iris, really, isn't it? So... Wait, can I not present stuff to him? Oh, there we go. I was just in the wrong bit. Look, I'm just your everyday, simple detective. Don't ask me such tough questions, okay? It's not something to be proud of, detective. Just wondering, is there anything else I can get out of him here? I don't think there is. Is there any new talks? We've still got one more place to check that we haven't checked yet. I'm just wondering, like... Maybe we'll get something there. We can unlock the psycho locks, or whatever they were. Anything... We didn't get anything back there that could be useful to present to her. What about the attorney's badge? About this here. Oh, actually, okay, that's the material world. Yep. Let's go back. Because I want to see, is he going to say anything to the attorney's badge? Ah, what's that thing doing on your lapel, Mr. Edgeworth? Is it really that odd? You bet it is, sir. A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? It's like a detective with a license to kill. Does this little thing hold that ominous of a meaning? That was it? Have you ever seen this thing before? Hey, thanks a lot, I was getting kinda hungry. Chomp. What are you doing, detective? Hey! I thought it was some kind of candy that would fill me up, sir. Lately I've been feeling so hungry all the time. Maybe his salary has been cut just a little too much. Maybe. Right, so let's go over to where the murder took place, clearly. Main hall, and then move over to the courtyard.